Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, students. Are you feeling great?
I'm feeling
Feeling
great.
good. Happy.
Oh, nice of you. Actually, I am really excited today because we will do some activity. So, do you bring the thing that I have told you? Can you show me? Wow. Okay, I
Yes.
saw Nabila, Diana, Fakiha. Oh, thank you so much. Keep it nicely because we will use the modeling clay in our activity session. Alright. So now,
Okay.
do you have any idea what we will learn today?
No.
No? Okay, I will give you some hint. Do you familiar with these sentence like people always saying like sel-sel otak awak berhubung lah?
I think
Where
I
do you
heard
hear
that
that?
before. Milk advertisement.
TV.
Yes,
Yes.
I know because we all know that it's from the milk advertisement, right? So what can you see from the video? There are a lot of spark, right? And it has a brain. So what I want to tell you is the thing that spark that along with the brain actually that's we will learn. So the real name of that thing is neuron.
Wow.
Okay.
So you may ask that why the neuron are related to the brain. Okay, actually we in our body we have the nervous system, right? So from the nervous system we can feel hurt. So when we touch the heart we have the reflex act and the others. So why it is related to the neuron? Because from a lot of neuron it form the nerve cells. From the nerve cells, it forms the nervous system. Okay, so now we want to learn about the basic things of the nervous system. It is the neuron. Okay, got it?
Yeah, teacher.
Now let's proceed the class. So now let's learn about the neurons. Okay, here you are. There's a three objective that you must be achieved. Okay, first, you should be able to draw and label the structures of the neurons. Second, you also able to describe the function of each structure of the neuron. Lastly, you will be able to identify the three types of the neurons. Okay? Now let's proceed. Actually, this is the loop of the neuron. This makes us easy to draw the neuron. Okay, first, what you should learn is you have to know the structure. Okay, you have to know where is the cell body, where is the dendrites, where is the myelin sheaths, and axon and axon terminal. Okay, now, can you get a piece of paper and a pen? We will draw it together. Okay, alright.
Teacher.
Okay, the first sentence. The cell body has a nucleus and cytoplasm. You can draw cell body shape or in oval shape. Okay, but for me, I will draw like a star because it for me easy to draw the dendrite. Okay, here the cell body has a nucleus and cytoplasm. Just start like this. This is cytoplasm. So label it cell body. Okay, next. There are two elongated branch of the body cell which are dendron and axon. So make sure that dendron is shorter than the axon. Okay, so how to draw this? Okay, dendron is here. Label it. And then axon. Axon has a long elongated branch. You have to draw long and then at the end of the axon you have to draw like a root of the plant. This. Label it. And then dendron have branches named dendrite while axon have branches named terminal axon. So where is the dendrite? At here, at the dendrite. So you just have to draw the short branches like this. Alright, this is a dendrite. Where is the terminal axon? So you just have to draw at the end of the axon, like here. And label it. Make sure that you get a good correct. Okay. Good, Nabila. Okay, lastly, the axon was surrounded by the myelin sheath. So where is the myelin sheath? Actually, myelin sheath is surrounding the axon. Here, you have to draw like this. Make sure that it has a gap, okay? And the gap names nodes of Ranvier. While this is myelin.
Myelin sheath.
Yes, good job. And now you are done. So you already know the structure of the neuron. So now let's proceed to the function of the neuron. Here you are. Okay, what we will learn first before this? Cell body, right?
Body.
Yes, the cell body. Okay. The function of a cell body is to integrate signals and coordinates metabolic activities. It controls the activity outside and inside. Okay. So now we focus to the function of the dendrite. Okay. Actually, there is the other neuron of the beside of this neuron. Okay, I want to draw the other neuron, right? Okay, the function of dendrite is it receives the nerve impulses from the other neuron and then sent to the cell body. That's the function of dendrite from the other neuron and then sent to the cell body. Okay, now what is the function of axon? So the function of axon is it receives the impulse from the cell body to the other neuron. Actually, they also have a different neuron. They connect to each other. So from the cell body to the other neuron. Okay, now we focus to myelin sheath. Okay, can you show me where is the myelin sheath?
Yellow one.
Yes, good job. The yellow one. Here is the myelin sheath. Here you are. So what is the function? It protects neurons from injury, insulated for electrical impulses, and provides nutrients to the axon. Okay, remember these three, alright? So now, the gap between the myelin sheath, we call it as the
Node of Ranvier.
yes, good job. Not of Ranvier. So it helps speed up the transmission of nerve impulses. The impulse in electrical form. So it doesn't flow like a blood, like blood in our body. Actually, it moves like a jump. What do you think? A jump into myelin sheath or the gap?
The gap.
You know? Oh, good. Diana? Yes. The electrical from the cell body will jump into the gap. Ting, 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 ting. That's a unit about our body, okay? Alright, you already know about the structure and the function of the neurons. Now, there's not only one neuron. Actually, there are three types of the neuron. Three types are sensory neuron, relay neuron, and a motor neuron. Okay, can you differentiate of these three from the picture?
Of the axon.
Yeah, the length of axon. Yes, okay. From the sensory neuron, we can see that the axon are shorter, but the dendron are longer. So, yes, for the sensory neuron. Okay, for the relay neuron, it has actually in your textbook, page 2 to 3, it looks like this. Dendrites and the axon are shorter. Okay, please make sure you draw like this. Okay. For the motor neuron, it has a long axon but has this short. What is this? Yes. So you can differentiate the neuron really well. So now I already told you that the neurons are connected to each other, right? So this is how it looks. From the sensory neuron, it will connect with relay neuron. From the relay neuron, it connect with the motor neuron. So now we want to learn about the function of these three neurons. So the function of the sensory is transmit impulses from the receptor to the central nervous system, while relay is a connect sensory and a motor to form the nerve circuits, while lastly is a motor neuron. So it is transmit impulses from the central nervous system to the effector here. That's why you can feel hurt when you touch a hot things. Alright? So that's the end of the lesson. Very simple, right? Because today class we only focus on the neurons only. Alright? Okay, now we will proceed to the activity session. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you, everyone. Okay. For today's activity is I want you all to build one type of neurons that you have learned today by using the modeling clay. Okay, so you can build a model of the sensory, motor, or relay neuron. Choose any of these three. Okay, and please don't label the structure of your neuron because I want your classmates to identify and give comments what's the good and mistakes about your neuron model. Okay, don't worry because we will discuss together. Alright, I will show you how I made my neuron model. It looks like this. Can you see? Okay, so I will give you 10 minutes to complete your neural model. And after you are done, you will snap a photo and then send to the Google Classroom. Okay, because I want to download the photo and share to the screen. Because we will discuss together, right? Okay, the times. will start now. Okay, good luck everyone. Time's up, students. I can see that all of you had uploaded the photo of your neuron model in the Google Classroom. Good job, students. So now let's discuss together, okay? First, I want Diana to present her neuron model. Okay, here you are. Diana?
I built a sensory neuron. As you guys can see, it has a long dendron and a short axon.
Good job, Diana. Okay, can someone give comments about the Diana's neuron model?
I think there is no mistakes, teacher.
Okay, actually, there's a mistake that Diana's do. There is no gap. Ah.
There must be a gap.
So what we call this?
Not of Ranvier.
Not of Ranvier.
Knots of Ranvier. Okay, students, please make sure that when you draw the neuron, you must have a gap. Okay, because we want the impulse jumps between the knots of Ranvier. Okay, let's proceed to Nabila's model. Okay, Nabila, can you tell me about your neuron?
This is my model. And then I made a motor neurons. So motor neuron has a short dendritic and long axon.
That's really cute neuron, Nabila. Okay, can someone identify what the goal and the mistakes about Nabila's model?
Teacher, I think her model lack of dendrites. Can you look mine? I made a same model like her.
Okay, let's see Fakiha neuron. Okay, Fakiha saying that Nabila neuron don't have the dendrite, right? So here you are. Okay, Fakiha drawing the dendrite is good job. So now let's see. Can you see the difference? Yes, Nabila do not make the dendrite. So, guys, dendrite is an important structure of the neuron. Okay, don't forget about that. Right? So it should be a short branches. Okay, you will draw this at here, here, and here. Okay. Good job, Fakiha, for identifying what's the mistake on that. The last person is Farahana. Tell me about your neuron.
I made a relay neuron. If you can see, their axon and dendritic is shorter if you compare to sensory neuron and motor neuron.
Good explanation, Farahana. Okay, from the picture, I can see that Farahana has complete all the structure in here. What do you think, students? Is there a mistake in Farahana's neuron?
No, teacher.
No, it's perfect.
Yes, perfect. Okay, students, please make sure that when you draw the relay neuron, it has no myelin sheath. It just has an axon only. Okay, remember this, right? So, for today's activity is done. Thank you, students.
Thank you,
for
teacher.
participating in this activity. Of course, we are done with our lesson. Okay, I think that all of us are achieved the objective today because I can see that all of you can answering and identify what is the good and the mistakes about your friend's neural model. It's really good enough, right? So can we summarize again what we had learned today? At the end of the lesson, you all are able to draw and label the structures of the neurons. And besides the drawing, you also can build a neuron by using the modeling clay. Good job, students. Okay, second, you are able to describe the function of each structure of the neuron. So when I show this, you know where is the dendrite, where is the axon, where is the cell body. Okay, good job. So lastly, you are also can identify the three types of the neurons, which are sensory, motor, Great students! Before we end the class today, I will upload the slides and the recorded video in the Google Classroom. Okay, please check out the folder. And I also will give you some homework. That's all for today. Thank you, students.
This class is so interesting.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for enjoying the class. Bye-bye.